So, I wanted to do this for a long time, and today I get the opportunity. I'm gonna perform a social experiment, right? So, I dressed up like a homeless person and I went to Spa, walking around the tills with a bottle of water and bread in my hand. The whole idea was to ambush people by the tills and ask them if they would be so kind to help me pay for my stuff. Wanted to see how kind people would be during this Christmas season to a person looking like me. I was intentional to keep walking the aisles, and I wanted to establish my character so people saw me, and I got different reactions. Some people ran away, some people turned their carts away, people gave me funny looks, but that was the whole idea. So my story begins with Lady Pink. I summoned the courage to approach her, and I stood there for a bit trying to get her attention to no avail, trying to catch her attention. Finally, she looked at me, and I proceeded to tell her that I was homeless and I needed help with paying for the stuff I had in my hand, if she would be so kind to buy my bread and water. She was quick to look at me. She actually looked at me up and down, gave me a once over, and she said sorry she could not help. And I said, please, I was begging, anything you can do will be for just the water, anything. And she just completely ignored me, continued to go about her business, and it was quite humbling. I felt a quite deep sense of sadness as she totally ignored me like I wasn't there. After minutes of pleading and her ignoring me, she finally paid for her stuff, went about her business, and like I wasn't there, and walked right past me. Now, the whole time, the lady in black watched the whole ordeal, and she quietly asked me if I was trying to pay for something. I said, yes, but I actually don't have enough money, if she'd be so kind to help me, if that was okay. And she said, what are you trying to buy? And I said, bread and water. And she said, no worries, put it down and I'll pay for it. And I was like, oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you so much. And she said, no problem. And I proceeded to put it down, and the cashier rung it up as part of her bill. And while she was about to pay for it, I stopped and introduced myself. And I said, you don't have to do that. Thank you so much. Let me introduce myself. My name is Jimmy Odukoya. And I stretched my hand, and she shook it. And I said, thank you for being so kind to a complete stranger. And as a way to reward your kindness, allow me to pay for your groceries today. And that was my way of rewarding her act of kindness. And she went on her way. Now, allow me to introduce to you Mr. Pink. I looked at the till and I thought to myself, I could see how much is supposed, and I thought this would be nice to help him. So I proceeded to get his attention, and I said, excuse me, sir. Good afternoon, sir. And he said, good afternoon. And I said, please, sir, would you be so kind to help me buy my bread and water, please? And he said, I'm sorry, not today. And I said, please, just the water, anything would be so kind. Anything? And he ignored me, and his actions and his face said, get away. And I said, thank you very much, sir. And quite quickly, I walked away feeling very dejected, and that was that. So let me tell you about Grandma Black. I saw Grandma Black with another lady, and I said, good afternoon, ma. She said, good afternoon. And she looked away. And I said, excuse me, ma, please, ma, can you just help me, ma? Please help me pay for my bread and water, please, ma. And she ignored me, and I said, please, ma, please. I really appreciate it, please, ma. And then she looked at me, and she told me, if I said, look, young man, when you were picking it up, did you not know the price? Oh, yeah, put it down and come and be going. Put it down, I said, and be going. I said, oh, really? She said, put it down. I'll pay for it. Put it. I said, okay. Thank you very much, ma. Thank you very much, ma. I appreciate you, ma. God bless you, ma. And she's standing there. She looked at me, and I said, thank you very much, ma. You really don't have to do that. Actually, let me pay for that for you. She said, eh? I said, ma, sorry. I said, I'd like to pay for it for you. She said, I don't understand. I said, ma, no, I really don't pay for it. Thank you for being kind. I'll pay for it. She said, but no, you can't do that. I said, yes, ma. She said, no, but what I have is much. I picked a lot of things. What do you mean? I said, ma, please give. He said, but I have plenty of things here. I said, I know, ma. Please allow me to show my kindness. Thank you so much, ma. Please give her money back. And she was so confused. And she was like, I couldn't understand what was happening. I said, please allow me to pay for your groceries. Thank you so much for being kind, ma. I appreciate you. And Merry Christmas. And she said, she said she was a bit taken back by it, but it was really good to see the smile on her face. And I said, no problem, man. She was very grateful. And I said, that you help somebody just like this is all the gratitude I need. Thank you so much. And she was pleasantly surprised, and that was how Grandma Black happened. That was quite an interesting one. This last one was quite special. I happened to see a lady who I thought would be nice to help, and she didn't look like she had a lot of money, and she was buying a carton of juice. And I approached her with my story, and she looked very concerned. She said, I'm sorry, I don't have enough money to pay. I'm asking to follow me outside. I don't have enough change. But I could tell that she wanted to help me pay. So I brought up my card, and I said, don't worry, keep your money, it's fine, I'll pay. And she was a bit concerned. I said, thank you so much for being kind. And she couldn't understand what had happened, and she was so overwhelmed. And she was still in shock as she stood there, not understanding why I had done this. And she started to pray for me, and what you hear her saying is praying for me. And she was so taken with my act of kindness, and she was so overwhelmed. And she couldn't believe that this had happened to her, as she had a carton of juice. And she was still trying to explain, saying, helped me thank him. I don't understand. I didn't have enough, and she could understand. And I thought, it pays to be so kind. So might I ask you that during the season of love and giving, be kind to others and help people that are less fortunate than you.